Thank you very much. I'm also very happy to be here. I'd also like to wish each of you a happy New Year, and individually. Speaking of New Year's, you ever know what it's like to you walk, you don't want to walk so much, so you go to a bus stop and you get there and it's a little more crowded than you'd like, and so you're standing in line to get in the bus, and then there's somebody in front of you and there's somebody behind you, and you don't want to be rude, but you're just kind of it's kind of hard to communicate how you feel. Sometimes after eating, a lot of people like to go get dessert. I also like dessert, but sometimes you ever go to an ice cream store and they're giving, and you keep getting samples and you keep getting samples, and then eventually you've had enough and they don't feel good about it, and then you kind of, there's not much you can do. I've got a lot of actually good friends, and a lot of people say that I'm a very cool and funny guy. It was very nice of a lot of them. And I've been to Best Buy before, and I've walked in the back, and I've literally seen a TV that's literally like very big, and so one time I saw the TV there, and when I say big, I'm talking like it's very big. And I saw a chair there, and I'm thinking, okay, a TV and a chair, like, I had this idea that is actually really good, and the idea was for me to go into Best Buy and to sit there and have, like a 3-pack of Coca-Cola soft drinks, and actually watch, like, go there on a Saturday or something, which would be really nice, because I could watch a football game, and everybody would be like, "What's he doing?" And I would watch the game. Which you don't normally see. The funny thing is, you don't normally see people at a Best Buy like watching a game, which would be really, I think it would be really cool and original to do that. How many fellas we got in here? Everybody loves the fellas. And I also like the fellas. Oh, fellas, how do you feel about it sometimes when you're you're playing your Halo game, and then you've got your nachos in the microwave, and how long is fellas? You got your nachos and then everybody, you've got your nachos in the microwave, and then like your girlfriend or something comes out and she says something like, "Hey, we got a vacuum in here," and I'm like, "Hello, this is literally a Halo game." You ever go to, one time, this is a true story, one time I went to Walgreens, and I get a piece of Wrigley's gum, which is not very expensive, and I literally get the gum, and I literally buy the gum, and I hand the lady a $10 bill. If anybody who here has had Wrigley's, I literally get a Wrigley's, and I purchase it, and I give her a $10 bill. Wrigley's is what, 89 cents plus 6 cents tax, 95 cents. And I'm not kidding, and she gives me change for a 20, and I'm thinking, I mean, who in that situation wouldn't be like, raise the roof. Who here? Oh, this is a really good story. I told this the other day to a group of friends who were they also told me that I was like just kind of a cool guy. And they told me and I told them this story that one time I knew a friend. His name was Jeremy Shirky. I know a friend, and his mom knew a guy and she said this, that he went to Dairy Queen once. And you go up to Dairy Queen, you make your order, and you buy your ice cream, you purchase it, and then in the next window they hand you the ice cream. And I'm not kidding. They pulled the ice cream out, and that thing, like, this is what she said, and I don't know. She said it would not fit in the window. And when she told us that, we laughed and we laughed. And we laughed about that. And, another time, I went to if you know, one time I went to a movie theater, and I'm thinking, and I don't know what movie it was. A lot of people don't have the best. I don't know what movie it was, but I went to it, and I was so I'm looking up there. Okay, what times do we have? And I know I see it. I literally see it, and then I go to pay, and I look up and tell her what time I want, and it's not there anymore. And I'm thinking, like, when you get caught in those situations, you're really embarrassed. And I didn't see it, and then I kept looking. I was like, I don't know. And then it came back, because if you ever see the movie theaters, that the time rotates, and that's what happened, because I thought it wasn't there anymore, and I didn't know what to say, but it came back. Another thing I really like to do is go swimming. I'm not a good swimmer, but sometimes it's not as fun when you go to a place and you're not a very good swimmer, because then people mock you. And one time I was swimming, and somebody said to me, and I thought this was really good. They said, "What are you? I mean, we don't have a dolphin over here. This guy's like a very poor swimmer." And I'm like, and I almost said something, but I thought maybe I wouldn't. And yeah. And also this is my one of my best jokes. I know a guy named Elliot. His last name is Cherry, and he's actually recently married to Britta Cherry. And I'm thinking, and when I met him, he was a really cool guy, and when I got to know him, he's also cool. And sometimes when you say his name, you think sometimes the image pops in your head, like Cherry, like, hey Elliot, Cherry, and the name pops in your head. And it's really funny sometimes when you're in a conversation and like an image pops in your head. And one time I was talking to him, and so like just a cherry popped in my head, and I lost my train of thought completely. And also have a girlfriend who's very her name is Shannon Wing. She's very cool, and she's been very encouraging. She told me that also was very cool, and I've been told that by a lot of peers. And I've also been told that I know many people who've also said that I'm funny. And then my last joke is, once I went to help out a friend he needed to paint his house. He didn't need to, but he wanted to, and he had a certain amount of colors on there, and I thought we should do one, we should do the other, and then we ended up getting into a small argument, and he actually, when you get an argument about somebody else's house, they normally win because they have the final say, and I thought that was funny because I felt really strongly about my opinion, and I thought he was clearly in the wrong, so it was funny to me for him to think, like, okay, this is obviously better, when I knew a different color would be better for his home. Thank you very much.